I think there's been some huge news, at least what I believe to be, that I think I just saw when it comes to Quant. What is that? Quant recently officially joined the X402 Foundation, which I'll explain the magnitude of it in today's video. But I first want to clarify, I'm not telling anyone to do anything. This is just my opinion, perspective, and nothing I say is financial advice. So what is this, right? Because Gilbert Verdian, the CEO and founder of Quant, announced that Quant did join the X402 Foundation. Now, that foundation right there actually stewards the X402 protocol, which not only was originally contributed by Coinbase, but also on top of that, what the X402 protocol allows is for seamless, autonomous payments, basically, for AI agents, APIs, and apps at a very fast speed. Now, if we take a look at it a little bit deeper, we'll see that names such as Stripe, Google Cloud, Amazon Web Services, we take a look at Visa, we take a look at MasterCard, we take a look at, of course, Coinbase, and also many others, they are allegedly involved as either a founding/premier member. So we got to think about this. This is a pretty monumental milestone when it comes to Quant. So by Quant, in theory, joining the X402 Foundation, it puts it alongside some of the giants when it comes to companies. We got to think about that. This is the stuff that Quant is doing. So when people like to say this is not a big deal, I think this is pretty impressive. Keep in mind, again, if Quant didn't join the X402 Foundation, who's complaining? I don't see anyone complaining. But the fact that they even think about this type of stuff anyways, it showcases their kind of forward-thinking mindset, in my opinion. Usually projects don't really care about this type of stuff, especially if they've reached Quant size. But Quant, they're not like that. They keep on building, they keep on doing things. Keep in mind, they're fresh off just sponsoring an event in London, England. They just recently did that. And now they're doing this. Keep in mind, they could have easily not cared about this, but they did it anyways. So it showcases the mind and sort of the vision that Gilbert Verdian, who is the CEO and founder of Quant, has. This is my mindset. They're also fresh off, not too long ago, launching Fusion Rollup. Let's just let that sink in for a second. Why is Fusion Rollup even so fantastic? Well, it's because it's supposedly the world's first ever multi-ledger rollup connecting, at the time, 74 blockchain networks in one unified environment, which was specifically purpose-built for institutions. So Quant is already doing pretty massive things. They've already sponsored an event, they've already launched Fusion Rollup, and now they're joining the X402 Foundation. These are three things that we see in 2026. And this is so far. It's not like we're in the fourth quarter yet of this year. We're not. We're just around halfway through 2026 and Quant's already doing all this. The market's not doing the best. The space isn't doing the best. It's easy for Quant to just give up, basically, or just be lazy, but they're not doing that. So we got to take a look at the magnitude of something like this. Now, the X402 protocol, some people like to say, well, you know, the adoption isn't the best as of right now, but we got to think about this again, right? The names that were involved, the names that I mentioned before, that's pretty legendary. They typically don't want to believe in something if they don't see any sort of value or they don't see any sort of purpose or fundamentals. Usually those giants, right, like Amazon Web Services and all that, they typically don't want to care about something if they don't think it's good, basically, because they have a team, they do their due diligence. So just seeing that right there in regard to the X402 Foundation and the X402 protocol, we got to think about the magnitude of something like that and what it could maybe be moving forward. And the fact that Quant now joins the X402 Foundation, it's just a big thumbs up for me. I think that is so impressive, and I think it's actually quite legendary, to say the least. Imagine if they're in there for years, if they're in there for many years, I should say, that's going to allow for them to potentially maybe have better partnerships. The reason why is because by being part of that foundation, it gives them easier access, right, to contact maybe something like Amazon Web Services or maybe something like Stripe and maybe do something, who knows? It gives them an easier sort of channel or an easier sort of access to have these partnerships, to have these discussions, to have these collaborations. So it's not a bad thing. I get it. Quant joining the X402 Foundation may seem trivial, but there's a lot of hypothetical long-term impacts that could happen. Now, ultimately, that's going to have to be dependent on whether or not the Quant team, or should I say the team at Quant, to execute and to actually be able to have partnerships. It's going to fall on them. I mean, it's going to be their duty, basically, to try to do that, or their responsibility, I should say. But at least now they have that chance to try to do that. It doesn't mean they will succeed in every single case, but now, because they joined that foundation, it gives them just this easier pathway to have these partnerships. So it's pretty impressive. Now, I get it. A main point of contention, or a main point of concern, I should say, as of right now, is that people are saying, but Quant's still below $70. But if anything, I don't view it as a bad thing because Quant is very low, arguably, as of right now. It's below $70. But isn't the fundamentals just way better than last year and even the year before that? I really do think so. I think yes, just because I just didn't see all of this back then. I see it now though. So it's a little bit different. People like to tell me that when it comes to Quant, they keep fooling around, they're playing games and all this. That's actually not true. The updates that I'm seeing, the news, and the strides that Quant is doing, I just still like it as a project. So it may be down as of right now, but if anything, I don't mind. Something that became better, yet it became cheaper, why would I complain about that? It kind of makes no sense. So when I take a look at something like this, I think just the magnitude of it is pretty legendary. I get it, people like to diminish this and say, oh, Quant, they're not really focused on anything, but this is pretty impressive. We'll wait and see what happens because Quant did just recently join the X402 Foundation, but I'll be sure to keep everyone updated. I hope you all have a very amazing day. It's Mali the Captain. I'm out. Peace. Bye.